Callie, but she's sitting here for when they interview her.
Well, yeah, after though. That's easy access.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought Peyton was starting the whole thing off. Is that right? It's waiting on Peyton the whole time. Smile and wait.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. 2017 Azusa Pacific Football Signing Day Press Conference. First, a couple of introductions. I want to introduce our head coach, Victor Santa Cruz, our athletic director, Gary Pine, in the back. Welcome to both of you guys and everybody here in the room and your involvement with Azusa Pacific Football. We thank you. The mission of Azusa Pacific Football, building champions while pursuing championships. I think they've got the championships part of it covered. 4 academic team titles in a row, 3 regular season conference championships in the last 4 years, and then, of course, the first NCAA playoff appearance this last fall. In terms of building championships, that's really what this signing day represents, is all the work that it takes to get the right people in place, the people who embrace the values that Azusa Pacific Football represents, and Victor is going to talk about those today. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to the GNAC Coach of the Year, Victor Santa Cruz.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. I want to thank everyone from the Zoo Nation that's watching live. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the guys who've just signed on with us to be a part of this determined brotherhood. This is another milestone in the journey of this career, of this university. And I know what's happening is, they want me to do this closer. All right, we're good. We're getting better all the time. Is in the journey of it, busting through to the playoffs, coming through in this Division II transition. The vision has always been to build champions while we pursue championships. When we talk about the building champions, we're talking about not aligning a football program with a great university that is about people. It's about helping young men and women from throughout the country, and as a matter of fact, throughout the world, find a place that they can feel welcome, they can feel a home, they can feel nurtured and supported, and whatever their academic goals are, and even life goals, can be achieved through here. We talk about how you can have it all at AP, and I want to thank the administration first and foremost, led by Dr. John Wallace, for being the tip of the spear with this whole university and keeping us on track with who we are and what we believe. The compliance committee in the audience, I want to thank you for all you do, making this one of the great university football programs out there. And I think it just shows through when we work as coaching staff with the people of our university. There's nothing but helpfulness and supportiveness, and the people who get the vision, because it's about one big vision, and that this university, that God first mission that they have, and we essentially see every human being out there that say, if you're going to get a college degree, why not be at a place where they're going to value you for who you uniquely are, and they're going to be there and support you for that dream that is uniquely yours. It is Destination You, and it's about you accomplishing that great mission that only you can accomplish. So when we talk about these guys who have signed on to be a part of this journey, you're talking about difference makers, future heroes of communities, future heroes of families, future heroes of renown that you are going to hear about as the years go on. And it's all going to be traced back to a day like this when the great upbringing and their past and their families that all supported them to get to this point joined up and merged with the great University of Azusa Pacific. And so really excited as this coach of this program, and I know our coaching staff is, to walk this journey with these young men as we continue to be the most dominant football program in the nation. I want to thank the many stakeholders that go into it. And in a press conference like this, you don't have enough time to thank everyone, but there's from the janitorial staff to all the way to the upper administration staff. It's incredible the amount of support that this football program receives here. I particularly want to thank the coaching staff, the football coaches, for all that they did. When you put together a recruiting class, it's usually a 2-year project, and to come to the point like this, to see these young men finally sign their name on the dotted line. There was a lot of phone calls. There was a lot of travel that went to it. There was a lot of late nights, and there was a lot of fun times, bad times, and it was a heck of a journey. And it's with all the distractions and opportunities that are happening, you're always working on recruiting, and it's a lot of fun. For me, as a head football coach and just a football coach, period, I love recruiting because you get a chance to meet some brand new people out there and get to share the great vision about what we're trying to do that's significantly different. And we're one of the best in the nation about how we do football, and that's no brag, that's just fact. Heather Ham, I want to thank you for all you do. You're outstanding, how you help us find it, and with the supporting with the financial piece of it. I want to thank Carly Mulvihill, for all you do with compliance, how you've helped out, and in this whole transition, it's been outstanding. Your support, your friendship, it's been great. Carly Buys, even though you're almost about to give birth, you kept working hard all the time, and we really appreciate your service. I want to thank Justin Riddle as a recruiting coordinator, and being a recruiting coordinator in today's day and age of college football is a tremendously tough job, and I know that Jake Thomas did a lot to help support him, and I know Coach Buys helped provide some more leadership to that department. And for all the coaching staff that did a great job of bringing us to this point, us being league champions of the last 4 years, academic champions the last 4 years, being nationally ranked, the Coach of the Year award, that all comes because it's a great staff. And so I get to go to work every day and be around some great people. Today, we're going to talk about these young men, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the recruiting class, what the strategy was behind it. Last year, we saw that we had a big offensive push, particularly when it comes, I say big, the O-line. We signed a lot of O-linemen. So this class right here, we've only signed one offensive lineman that we felt like we need, a young man that we'll get to. But I think as you look at the class at the end of it, it was a little bit of a smaller class because we are still a very young football team. We didn't graduate a lot of seniors, but you did see we want to fill in the needs where we need to. So eight of the 12 are going to be defense and defensive side of the ball, and then those last 4 are going to be offensive people there. And then we're going to have one kicker also that we want to bring in and that we're going to announce also. With that, can we talk about lining up? Because I know you guys won't want to see who we have, and I want to start off with Andrew Anderson. Andrew, a.k.a. the Yeti. The Yeti is an amazing young man from La Mirada High School. He's 6'3", 240. He plays a tight end, H position. We are a power spread offense, and so he fits in quite well because you can split him out wide, as you can see. You can put him as a wing to block and get the power game downhill, and you can line him up as a tight end. He's got great ball skills. He's 6'3", 240. He's lean still, and I think he's got a lot to grow. But one thing you can't deny is his physicality and his point of attack. He's going to strike you, and he's going to make sure that we're going to continue this physical brand of football that we believe in. Going on next to Jonathan Vila Borgueño. He's from Rancho Mirage. Jonathan is the one offensive lineman that we did sign. Jonathan is 6'4", 305. The unique thing about Jonathan is he plays center, and he's a left-handed center. And when you watch him, with his intelligence and his GPA, he's able to call out the defenses, provide that leadership. I think Jonathan's got a great opportunity to be an impact player right away. And so with Jonathan's ability to snap, and when you're talking about a gun-run offense, you want to bring in someone who has had the experience and proven on tape consistently that he can get the snap back there and get in a timely manner, and also with great location. So with that, we're excited to have Jonathan. Moving on to the defense side is Kyle Caldwell. Kyle comes from Mater Dei of San Diego. Kyle brings a unique defensive end position for us. For us as a defense, we believe we're going to pressure the quarterback. We're going to stop the run inside out. We use a 3-4 personnel that a hybrid way of, so we've essentially called it odd 2-5. We take the 3-4 personnel, get ourselves into a bit of a 4-2 cover down system, and with that we have our defensive linemen and even linebackers have got to be able to pressure. They've got to be able to drop. Kyle was a guy who proven that he can come off the edge and give us the kind of pressure we want. We know, though, if we've seen on tape and watched him, he's got not only the intellect but the athleticism to be able to drop if we need him to drop. Going on with my next guy is Isaiah Cordova, and I'm extremely fired up to coach Isaiah Cordova. Isaiah is a secondary guy who chose us over multiple offers, and he knew that this university fit him. And Isaiah is a 2-star guy coming out of Clovis North. And with him, you have a corner who can cover. He's physical. He can blitz off the edge. He provides that press concept that we like to do. He's got multiple examples on film of playing some great zone coverage as well. And with him, with Isaiah, you're going to get a long corner who's still got great upside when it comes to putting on weight and also putting on the muscle we need to continue to be a physical corner for us. Moving back to the offensive side, finishing with one more defensive guy, Josh Takahara. Josh Takahara is from Homestead High. Josh, it's unique always when you get to see, and exciting for me as a football coach, when you see an alumni's, the next generation come in and see alumni's son begin to play for us. as time goes fast. Mike Takahara played back in the day for us, and now see his son continue on in the footsteps of his dad, creating his own legacy and continue to add to that great history of Azusa Pacific. Josh Takahara is a hybrid defensive back for us, slash linebacker as he begins to put on weight. One thing you couldn't deny on film was his passion. He plays like his hair is on fire. They line him up all over the field, and for our hybrid defense, and what we want to do is we try to confuse our quarterback and bring pressure from all angles. Josh is going to fit right in with that. Going on to back to the offense is Jake Girardi. Jake comes from my hometown area of Oceanside, California, and it was great when he had a chance to get back to recruit the North County San Diego. There's some tremendous football being played down there, and Jake Girardi comes out of Oceanside High. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. Once again, with our power spread offense, you can line him up as a tight end. You could detach him from the box and split him out wide. He also kicks, and I think that was one of the things that was very unique about Jake, is that he has the ability to do all the different kicking aspects of the game. But with Jake, for him, it's just his length, his height. We know that he's got a big upside coming, and at 220 pounds, I think for sure in the next couple of years he could be 245 and still have the athleticism that we need to be a pretty powerful offense. Moving on back to defense is Lamar Howard out of Edison High, and out of Edison, Al Brown, the head coach there. Al does a great job, and with Lamar, I think we've got a great defensive guy. I mean, he loves to hit, loves to come off the edge, loves to play man coverage. You've got a guy who's a two-way player in high school. He's 6'1", 190 pounds. He's got the ability to, if we wanted to put him line him up in the box, put him out on a receiver. He's the kind of guy we can bring pressure from all sides. He can also is a two-way player. If we had to, we know we could put him in the slot position. But the Inland Empire has some outstanding football being played, some of the best in the country. And anytime you can bring an IE kid out, we love recruiting the IE. And I think and what Lamario brings is that toughness factor and that grit on the field that he's going to play the kind of football we want to play. Coming out all the way to the islands in the 808, Andrew Kalfusi. Andrew is you got to have a lot of love for Hawaii out there. I have a connection. I don't think you're going to find a human being in Andrew. I mean, coming out he epitomizes what our school's about. He played every single position except for O-line, D-line, and I think he did rush off the edge. But Kaiser High School, as Coach Martinez continued to lead the rejuvenation of Kaiser High to become the power that once was. Andrew showed up anywhere that Coach needed him. If something went down, Coach could move Andrew over. He's played quarterback. He's played kick returner. He's played receiver. He's played defensive back. He covers kicks. He punt returns. At 6'1" and 210 pounds, I mean, he is a dynamic athlete and somebody I can see has got All-American potential for us. As we go on, Josh Alave. Mission Hills, and Coach Hauser does a great job at Mission Hills. And for Josh Alave, he plays corner, he plays DB. I think one of the things he plays both ways. He plays receiver, and you see the kind of guy like that. Who also plays basketball. You've just got great athletic potential. So he's a guy he's a business only guy on the football field. You're going to watch him. He's just business. He doesn't talk. He's just going to talk with his actions. And it's the kind of guy that I can't wait to coach. He's going to add a lot to our program. And I know academically he fits right in with us as well. Going on up north to Vacaville High School. Callie, that's your high school, all right? Vacaville's finest, coming out with Cassius Reynolds. Cassius is a young man who is just football player. More like just add water. This guy is going to get after it. His hair is on fire all the times you see him play. He never gives up on a play. He can play the Sam position. You see on film that he can blitz off the edge. You see he's got just a definite passion for the game. He will not be denied. He'll track you down. He's played offense. I mean, he's just all over the place. And the thing of Cassius, when he showed up on campus, his infectious smile, he loves this place, and we love being around him. The energy he brings to the table, I know the players we do have right now are going to love playing with Cassius. Going down back south to Calvary Marietta, Micah Roth, a linebacker / hybrid end. I mean, he's 6'3", 210 pounds. With Micah, you're going to have a young man who I know has got an amazing upside. His dad played at Colorado State as a defensive end, And with Micah, he's got tremendous smarts, passion for the game. He's played multiple positions. He played running back in high school. He is a guy who wants to hit you, and he loves the game. Having a chance to coach him in camps, we got to see his ability to have football smarts and then pick up on the schemes we're trying to install in a day. For Micah, his upside is just I can't cap it, because I'm excited to see how we believe he's going to pan out when we get in our strength program. But I know his desire to play the game and who he is just going to bring a ton to the football program. Going to Brookside Christian, Justin Williams, slot receiver, return man. And this guy is going to add quite a bit to our passing game. We need to be able to replace Ethan Zeidler. Is a tough guy to replace, but we're going to be able to feel like a guy like Justin Williams can go ahead and bring that kind of depth. Our receiving core this year is young, and we're excited to see how Justin's going to bring to the table a guy who we believe is got a chance to get out after it right away, and we're looking forward to start to work with him. Finishing up with Tyler ONeill out of Long Beach Poly. Tyler is a 3-star defensive end, one of the guys who we have been recruiting for a while. When Chance got him on campus, he saw the campus, saw the program, saw what it's all about. You see a young man like that who has a vision for his life and understands that in this day and age, when you're trying to choose a university, you're not choosing just for football. You're choosing it because this is your life on the line. This is your opportunity. And for Tyler, he got that, and he loved it here, and his parents loved it here. And I think he comes from a great family, obviously a great football program at Long Beach Poly. And I think Tyler is not only his football dreams, but just what he wants to achieve in life is going to happen here at Azusa Pacific. And that's something that Azusa Pacific is going to stand behind. So with that, I do want to open up to any questions you may have. Like I said, if you can imagine, I'm pretty excited, I'm pretty exhausted, but ultimately, this is a great day in the Zoo Nation.
Yeah. Any questions from the audience, from the media in attendance?
Just what are your thoughts on this overall class of just adding, as of now, 13 new guys to your program?
Right. It brings us it's the right fit. It's the right fit for what the program needs right now. And what our coaching staff has done a great job of is always identifying what is a fit for us, what's a need for us. We saw quite a bit of talent as we recruited, and there's a lot of guys you couldn't go on, and not because they didn't have the athleticism or didn't have the grades. It's just they just weren't what we needed right then. So that's tough. But you have with these guys is with the 8-to-4 defense-offense ratio. You have guys that I think have a chance to play right away. You have guys who have the football smarts, and then ultimately they have the passion and the understanding and a merging of what they believe in life and what our university is. It merges together, and I think I'm excited to see them get after and help this team continue to make more strides in this as our pursuit to be a champion in the whole nation.
Hey, Coach, can you talk a little bit more about the process itself, going from 4 years ago till now, and how much more is involved, and the extra work you have to do, and the time you spent with the parents, and letting them know about APU, where maybe 4 years ago they wouldn't have known. Right,
that's a great question. Since the transition from NAI to Division II, I mean, our university has done a lot of work in that transition, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to help lead them through that. But you're right. Now we're competing against a lot of Division I schools, not just FCS, but FBS schools as well. And we've never backed away from competition, and we'll go after any recruit if we believe it's the right fit for us. So in that, though, you're talking about just the time and energy that goes into it, time to getting in the homes, time to going to watching a lot of high school games, the time of reviewing film and making sure you carve out that process that helps us evaluate the right person for us. And there's countless hours that go into that. And I go back to applauding my staff because they will do all they can to get this thing right. And to me, I'm blessed to be the head coach for guys like that. But yeah, it's a big process.
And Coach, I noticed at least on some of these defensive guys, these hybrid guys, is that just kind of what you're facing now in college football, where teams are running the spread, the high motion offense, where you just don't have a chance to change guys?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's a great observation too. Because really, you're right, Steve. You have to bring in. And we're talking about defensive side. It's like you got to bring in the hybrid guys. You got to be able to stay ahead of the game. And like I said, back for us, we believe we're staying ahead of the game. We've been consistently a dominant defense in the nation since 2004. We've had a lot of great years and a great run. But with that is because you're always challenging yourself to think outside the box. But when you think outside the box, do you have the athletes to accomplish that? So we're going to take, well, I guess if somebody's going to look on the outside, we take a 3-4 personnel. There's times we can go 4 down and be able to mix it in there as we have it. But we're going to make sure we're going to be a high-pressure defense with a unique cover-down system to say that, hey, at any moment we can bring pressure from any angle. We want to continue to confuse people. But with that, you got to be great tacklers in space, and that means you have to have someone who's great on their feet. You got to have people that can play man coverage from a variety of positions, not just the traditional corner safety position. And that comes today's day and age. It is a little more hybrid. But when you do a hybrid, you got to be careful not to get too lean if you're trying to stay away from it, nor too big. And so you see this roster composed of just those type of guys where they're going to give us ability to play a lot of man coverage and create a lot of pressure. So with that, I want to just thank again the Azusa Pacific community. I want to thank again for the administration for what they do, the belief in the program. For the fan base out there, the Azu Nation, it's exciting to see how the support we get every time we go to the stadiums. The stadiums at home, the students that come out. As this can continue to grow, you're going to see that we're just going to become more and more dominant. And that's something that now day and age is that we're not backing away from or making any apologies for taking what is this building champions while pursuing championship mission statement and reaching out to all the communities of California, the Southwest, and even to the Pacific, and finding those unique difference makers, those warrior men that we believe, hey, you're going to be the right fit for us, and your future is going to be that much better for it. So thank you for that, and I'll see you guys in the fall 2017. All right.